In today's summary, we will learn how powerful people control ordinary people and how they always remain in power. What are the techniques and strategies they use? In this video, we will talk about the book The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This book is banned in several countries like Iran and Turkey because it reveals such powerful insights. So, let's dive into these 48 laws. Law number 1, never outshine the master. This first law tells us that we should never try to show our talent or intelligence to someone who is above us in position. Never try to appear smarter than someone of a higher rank, whether it's your teacher, boss, or anyone in a position of authority. Always keep your talent hidden. If you showcase your intelligence, the superior person might feel insecure and threatened, leading them to develop a negative mindset against you. The author shares a short story. Once, a minister in a kingdom organized a grand party to impress the king, spending the entire treasury on it. Instead of being pleased, the king was so furious that he sentenced the minister to life imprisonment. The simple meaning of this law is that you should always make your superior look better than yourself. Let me give you a modern example. Imagine you try to appear smarter in front of your senior at work. You already know how they will feel, threatened. Eventually, all seniors may turn against you, which will only harm your career. Law number 2, never put too much trust in friends. Learn to use enemies. The author warns against blindly trusting friends because they can betray you or withdraw their support when needed. Relying too much on friends can make you vulnerable to manipulation and exploitation. Instead, the author suggests being wise in all relationships, not just friendships. Surprisingly, enemies can sometimes be more useful than friends. Enemies are often more predictable, and since we already know their moves, we can anticipate their actions. It's also easier to manipulate them because their motivations are driven by rivalry. By understanding an enemy's weaknesses, one can use them to their advantage. The author provides examples of kings who helped allied states, only to be betrayed by them later. So, always remember, never trust your friends more than necessary. Law number 3, conceal your intentions. This law is about keeping your plans and motives hidden. If we reveal our intentions, others can use them against us. That's why the author suggests misleading people about your real motives so that no one can predict your actual plans. By the time they figure it out, it will be too late for them to act against you. A great example of this is how top students in schools and colleges often deceive their classmates. You might have heard toppers say, "Oh, I didn't study at all," or "I didn't get time to prepare." This distracts average students, making them think, if even the toppers didn't study, why should I? But in reality, those toppers have studied hard. They just don't reveal their efforts. So always keep your true intentions hidden. Always keep your purpose hidden, and do not share it with anyone. Law number 4, speak less than necessary. This law advises people to avoid talking too much. The idea behind this law is that speaking less makes a person appear more mysterious, thoughtful, and powerful. When someone talks too much, they tend to reveal a lot of secret information and even expose their weaknesses. Powerful people always speak less. When a person speaks less, others listen to them more attentively. If you talk less, the other person will try to speak more, revealing their weaknesses, which you can then use against them. People who talk too much often do not get attention, or rather, people do not take them seriously. Let me give you an example. Once, a politician said that potatoes could be turned into gold. Such statements slip out due to excessive talking, and you already know how seriously people take that politician today. I don't hate any politician. I'm just explaining that you should speak less so that people take you seriously. Speaking less also helps you avoid saying unnecessary things. Law number 5, your reputation is everything. A lot depends on your reputation. Protect it carefully in your life. Your reputation and respect in society matter a lot. If you have a good reputation, people will listen to you. But if you don't have any reputation, people won't take your words seriously. Your name and reputation determine many things. You first need to build your reputation in any field. Now take Elon Musk as an example. If he tweets just 2 emojis, one of Bitcoin and another of a downward arrow, the price of Bitcoin drops overnight. Why does this happen? Because millions of people listen to him, watch him, and follow him. And why do they follow him? Because he has built his reputation, and even his smallest words have a huge impact. If you want to influence people, you too need to build your reputation. You don't need to be a businessman or a prime minister to apply this. You can use it in your company or even in your school. In a company, if you are good in a particular field, people will listen to you and respect your opinions. Similarly, in school, if you excel in a subject or are a topper, average students will follow what you say. Law number 6, attract people's attention at any cost. Whether you believe it or not, in today's world, everything sells based on its appearance or presentation. That's why you need to stand out from the crowd. It's like this: if on one side, there are 10 different Android phone brands, and on the other side, there is just one iPhone, 90% of people will be attracted to the iPhone. So you must create your own unique identity that makes you stand out, just like an iPhone among regular Android phones. How you make yourself different is up to you, whether through a mysterious way of speaking that grabs attention or a unique dressing style that makes people notice you. Law number 7, get others to work for you, but always take the credit. The author states that if you want to become powerful, get others to do the work you can't do, but take the credit for it. Big companies are actually run by regular employees who do all the work, but who gets the credit? The owner of the company. In a country, government employees do the work, but the credit goes to the people in power. If you want to be powerful, you must adopt this strategy. Law number 8, bring people to your side even if you have to use bait. If you want to win over your enemies, you need to use bait, just like how animals are attracted using food. Similarly, money is used to attract people. The best way to defeat an enemy is to turn them into your ally, and if needed, use bait to achieve that. Law number 9, always win people over with results, not arguments. If you want to gain someone's trust or bring them to your side, don't argue, just do the work. If you want to convince someone, focus on delivering results that make them trust you more. Law number 10, stay away from unhappy and unlucky people. The author states that if you stay around unhappy people, you absorb their sadness, which makes you unhappy as well. That's why you should always avoid being around negative, unlucky, or miserable people. You should not stay close to such people. The more you distance yourself from them, the more happiness and success you will achieve. Law number 11, make people dependent on you. Make people so dependent on you that they can never leave you or betray you. Every person values only what is necessary for them. If you become essential to someone, they will never leave you. If you give people too much freedom, they will not remain dependent on you, and they might even betray you. You should position yourself in such a way that people always need you and never abandon you. Law number 12, use honesty to control people. Honesty has immense power. If you appear honest in front of someone for a while, they will start believing in you and your words. Once you gain their trust, you can influence them. There is nothing greater than honesty. If you want to win someone's trust or want them to follow your instructions, you must first be honest. When a person completely trusts you, they will do exactly what you say, believing that you can never think negatively about them. You can use this to your advantage. Law number 13, focus on the self-interest of the helper, not their mercy. In today's world, if someone is helping you, it is likely that they have some self-interest in doing so. So, if you ever need help, make sure that the helper benefits from it in some way. If the person helping you sees a benefit for themselves, they will be more likely to help you again in the future. In fact, if helping you benefits them, even your enemy will be willing to help you. Next law, appear as a friend on the outside, but be a spy on the inside. If you want to become powerful, you must know everything about the people around you. You should be aware of both their weaknesses and their strengths. Understanding their weaknesses and strengths will allow you to defeat them. You can act as a spy and secretly gather all the necessary information. Law number 15, completely destroy your enemy. It is crucial to eliminate your enemy completely. The only right way is to ensure they are entirely defeated, because if you leave them behind, they will eventually seek revenge and come after you, will attack. So crush your enemy so much that they can never rise again, leaving no chance for revenge. This has happened many times when one king spared another, but later that same king betrayed and had him killed. That's why you should never leave your enemy. Eliminate them completely. Law number 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. The more present you are, the more ordinary you will appear. To enhance your value, create a sense of scarcity around yourself. If you are in a group, step back occasionally so that others talk about you and praise yourself more often. Doing this will maintain your importance among people. To do this effectively, you must learn the right time to step back. Once you return after being absent for a while, it will feel like you have been revived, and people will feel relieved to see you again. The next law is always remain unpredictable. This means shaping yourself in such a way that no one can predict or foresee your actions. People often analyze someone's behavior and then make predictions about their future actions. You should become unpredictable so that no one can understand your moves. If you keep working in the same pattern repeatedly, your opponent will gain the ability to predict your actions. That's why you should always keep your nature unpredictable. The next law is, do not isolate yourself from others. If you completely separate yourself from people or build a fortress where no one can enter or leave, it will be like harming yourself. If you are entirely different, your enemies can easily identify you and make you an easy target. Therefore, always stay connected with your friends and allies to avoid being easily targeted by your enemies. Law number 19. It is crucial to know who you are dealing with and never anger the wrong person. Choose people wisely. Never deal with individuals who, once defeated, become obsessed with taking revenge for the rest of their lives. Always remember not to engage with such people. That's why understanding people is essential. The next law is, do not commit to anything unnecessarily. Always remember that your commitment should be only to yourself and your goals. If you commit to someone else, you will lose your freedom and work under their control. So, always stay committed to yourself, not others. The next law is, to catch a fool, play the role of a fool. If you want to be smart, make your enemy believe they are smarter than you and act foolishly yourself. By doing this, your enemy will think they are more intelligent, and you can trap them in their own game. When you make yourself appear foolish, you can also gain their trust and predict their next move. The next law is, use surrender tactics and turn your weakness into strength. If you are weaker than your enemy, you can surrender without fighting, which will give you time to plan a strong comeback. And when you see your enemy's power declining, you can use that opportunity. Some people may think surrendering in advance is unnecessary, but the reason is that when you surrender, your enemy will assume you have accepted defeat. However, in reality, you will have time to strategize and strike from behind. The next law is, instead of looking for multiple small sources of power, focus on one strong source of power. A single great strength is more important than many small scattered powers. If you have power, but it is extremely strong and dangerous, then instead of chasing multiple powers, focus on just one. To give you an example, Bruce Lee once said, "I do not fear the man who has practiced 10,000 different kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." The point here is that it's not necessary to have 10 different powers. What truly matters is that even if you have just one, you refine it to the point that no one can defeat you. Next law, play the role of a good courtier. Courtiers can gain power in different ways, by flattering their superiors, bowing before them, and exerting influence through charm and politeness. By doing so, they gradually accumulate power. Playing the role of a good courtier allows you to gather all the necessary information. Law number 25, recreate yourself. If you have not chosen your favorite career out of fear of society, now is the time to reinvent yourself. Choose what you love to do, regardless of what society says. There is no need to listen to anyone else. You should only do what you love, not what others want. Remember, this is your life, not someone else's, to dictate what you should do. Law number 26, keep your hands clean. No matter how much corruption or wrongdoing you may be involved in, always appear as if your hands are completely clean, as if you have done nothing at all. In today's world, appearances are power. Let others take the blame for questionable actions. 27th, play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. If you want to build a cult-like following, play on people's need to believe. People want to have faith in something, much like religion. You can position yourself like a religion, making people revere you. For this, you need to keep your words vague but filled with promises. Instead of intellectual or logical discussions, emphasize enthusiasm. Structure your group like an organized religion and keep your sources of income hidden. Law number 28, act without fear. We should always act fearlessly. Cowards are looked down upon. So if you want to do anything, do it with full confidence and without fear. Acting without fear will help you improve continuously. If you make a mistake, correct it with even more determination. Very few people can work without fear, but it is a habit that can be developed. Similarly, cowardice is also a trait, and if you find yourself working in a fearful manner, you should eliminate that trait from the root and instead act courageously. Law number 29, plan until the end. Whenever you sit down to plan, remember one thing. Planning should be done from the beginning to the end. It should never be half-baked, assuming that the rest will be figured out later. You should also have a plan B, because there is often a big difference between planning and execution. Sometimes, plans fail, which is why having a backup plan is crucial. When you plan from start to finish, you will be able to anticipate all the problems that may arise. Law number 30, make your achievements look effortless. According to this law, you should present your achievements in a way that makes it seem like you put in no effort, as if your success is purely due to natural talent. Never share your struggles, hardships, or the difficulties you faced. Robert Greene says that people are more impressed by those who succeed effortlessly. So, Law 30 advises you to never disclose the challenges or obstacles you faced in reaching your goals. Instead, just show the results as if you achieved them with ease. Next law, control the options. Make others play using the cards you deal. By controlling the options available to others, you can shape situations in your favor. When you give your opponent two options, they will feel like they are in control, thinking they have choices. But in reality, you are making them dance to your tune, as both options ultimately benefit you. For example, if you were trying to convince a friend to watch a movie with you, give them only two options, one that you prefer and another that is less appealing. Suppose you want to watch an action movie, but the other option is a comedy drama that you don't really want to see. You could say, "Hey, do you want to watch an action movie or a comedy drama?" The action movie has both comedy and drama in it too. By saying this, you increase the likelihood that your friend will choose the action movie you wanted to watch. Even though it seems like they had a choice, you controlled the options to steer them in your favor. Law number 32, play on people's fantasies. This law states that you can attract people by playing on their dreams and desires. You may have noticed that people connect more with those who share their thoughts, dreams, or ambitions. If you understand their dreams and start fulfilling them, they will automatically align with you. This way, you can manipulate their fantasies. For example, think of a luxury car advertisement that shows a stylish, attractive vehicle driving through beautiful locations with elegant people inside. The ad highlights the car's advanced technology, superior performance, and luxurious features, creating a sense of aspiration and desire among the audience. The brand associates its cars with success and achievement, portraying them as status symbols. By positioning luxury cars as a means to fulfill people's fantasies of wealth and prestige, the brand attracts consumers who aspire to that lifestyle. This example shows how understanding and leveraging imagination can be a highly effective strategy to influence consumer behavior and drive sales. Law number 33, discover each person's weakness. This law emphasizes understanding people's motivations, desires, and weaknesses to influence and control them. In simple terms, it advises you to identify what inspires and influences others, so that you can effectively persuade or manipulate them, just like pressing the right pressure points on someone to make them act in a particular way. Just like we use certain methods to achieve specific goals, understanding what inspires and influences a person can be used to affect their behavior. For example, imagine you have a friend who is always eager to make others happy and seeks recognition from their peers. This friend craves praise and appreciation because it boosts their self-respect and makes them feel valuable. Knowing this, you want to convince your friend to help you with a project. Instead of directly asking for help, you start by praising their intelligence and creativity, emphasizing how valuable their contribution will be to the project. By appealing to their desire for recognition, you can persuade them to assist you. Law number 34, act like a king to be treated like one. If a person is powerful and deserving of respect, others will naturally see them that way and behave accordingly. Just as a king carries himself with dignity and authority, people can adopt similar behavior to gain respect and obedience from those around them. For example, imagine you work at a company. You are not the boss, but you always help others. Whenever someone faces a work-related problem, they come to you. Over time, people start treating you like a boss, even though you don't officially hold the position. Law number 35. Master the art of timing. This law is about understanding the timing of actions and decisions to gain an advantage. People should be strategic and patient, never appearing in a hurry. Always remain calm and learn to wait for the right moment to act. Time is a matter of perception. By controlling your emotions, you can slow down time and extend your vision of the future, helping you become more patient. Law number 36. Ignore what you cannot have. Suppose you are facing many problems in life. Instead of focusing on those problems, you can choose to shift your attention away from them. This technique can also be used to weaken your enemies. The more attention you give your enemy, the more seriously they take themselves and grow stronger. Therefore, never give too much attention to your enemy. Always ignore them. Law number 37. Create an attractive presence. If you want to be powerful, you must create an appealing environment around you. People are drawn to those who appear extraordinary because everyone else is ordinary. From your clothing to your surroundings, everything should be presented in an exaggerated manner. People always seek something different. They don't like the same old things. For example, consider how companies like Apple launch their highly anticipated products. Their events are carefully choreographed to create hype, featuring dramatic presentations, attractive product demonstrations, and surprise announcements designed to excite and captivate the audience. By crafting an attractive spectacle around its product launches, Apple generates extensive media coverage, social media discussions, and consumer interest. People eagerly wait to see what new innovations Apple will introduce, making the company's products the talk of the town. In this example, Apple uses the power of spectacle to influence people, create excitement, and enhance the success of its product launches, perfectly aligning with law number 37. Law number 38. Think as you wish, but behave like others. If you constantly show others that you are superior, they will begin to resent you and think you are just pretending. Instead, try to blend in with common people and hide your true feelings. This helps you maintain connections with others while keeping your beliefs private. Once you have established a strong foundation of power, you can slowly start spreading your ideas in a targeted manner, increasing the chances of their acceptance. Law number 39. Don't chase fish, disturb the water. There is never a need to act out of anger. Always remain calm and relaxed, as your anger can often ruin your plans. Instead, focus on identifying your enemy's weaknesses. Once you know them, you can manipulate the situation to your advantage. Law number 40. Never accept free meals. Never trust anything that is given to you for free. In this world, nothing is truly free. If someone is offering you something at no cost, it has some psychological value, either to trap you or to make you feel indebted. Therefore, never trust anything that is given for free. Next law. Do not walk in the shoes of great people. No matter how rich or powerful someone is, never try to imitate them. You are unique and have your own strength. You can build your own name and identity. Never try to live in someone else's shadow. Always work to make a name for yourself on your own terms. Law number 42. Eliminate the shepherd, and the sheep will scatter. Many times, the root cause of multiple problems is just one thing or one person. If you eliminate that main reason, the rest of the problems will resolve themselves. For example, instead of fighting an entire army to conquer a kingdom, if you eliminate the king first, the army will not fight, and you will end all troubles in an instant. Law number 43. Play with people's hearts and minds. If you try to force people to be loyal, they will betray you for sure. Instead of coercion, you can trap them with greed. When you lure them with incentives, they will fall into your trap willingly, and because they see personal benefits, they won't betray you. Law number 44. Disarm people with the mirror effect, but don't try to change everything at once. To move forward in life, change is necessary, but always implement it gradually. Sudden drastic changes can create problems because people learn through gradual practice. If you ask a singer to play cricket suddenly, they won't be able to do it. But with practice over time, they can transition into a different profession. Law number 46. Never appear too perfect. If you try to present yourself as too perfect, people will start envying you, and eventually, no one will want to be around you. However, if you share your weaknesses instead of focusing on perfection, people will connect with you more. So, avoid appearing overly perfect. Law number 47. Do not go beyond your goal. Learn to stop at victory. Once you have achieved your goal, it is the right time to stop. If you keep pushing beyond your success, you might end up losing to your enemies easily. Law number 48. Be formless. Nothing in life remains the same. Everything changes. That's why you must always learn to adjust. In different situations, you will need to adapt. Not everything will go according to your plan, so you must be fluid like water. A chameleon has the ability to change its color and blend into its environment, allowing it to hide from predators or ambush its prey. By becoming adaptable to its surroundings, it increases its chances of survival and success. Similarly, humans can implement law number 48 by becoming flexible and adaptable in different situations. So, friends, that was today's book summary. Let us know in the comments how you liked it, and thank you for listening till the end.